Wisdom Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in and for choosing to spend some of your time with me. It's your girl, Milagros here, and this is Wisdom Wednesday. Okay, for those of you who've never been here before or you don't know what Wisdom Wednesday is about, I spell it with a Z, just like the Wizard of Oz, because the truth of the matter is everything that you need already lives inside of you. My job is just to help bring it out. So just like in the Wizard of Oz, they already had courage, they already had strength, they already had what they needed. They just needed to not be tested, but kind of go through a situation that allowed them to pull that thing out so they can say, oh, it turns out I had that all along, right? So that's what I'm here for. That's what these videos are about, just to remind you that everything that you need, you already have within you. Okay, that being said, it is October, and during the month of October, we are talking about this work-life balance and increasing the quality, rather, of our lives. Because if you watched the first video of this month, I talked about the importance of releasing this idea of balance and instead embracing the idea of quality. So I'm going to bring quality into all the spaces that I move into in my life. Now, I had a completely different idea about what this video was going to be about today, and I do some notes, maybe I'll get a quote or a scripture or something to include. But then I walked into a school, and the guidance counselor's office, right above her office, there was a sign that says, "Just do your best." And I thought, yes, that is going to be my video for today. And here's why. Imagine if we were able to show up knowing who we are and whose we are. And even if we're missing it and we're not fully 100% sure of who we are or whose we are, we still show up and we just do our best. Imagine if in every space in your life, you show up, you take responsibility, and you do your best. That in and of itself will increase the quality of your life. That's it, for real, right there. If you learn nothing else ever, it's if you decide to fully show up and do the best you can, and your best today may look different than your best yesterday, and it may look different than your best from last week, and it may look different than your best tomorrow, because where you are, there you are. But if you showed up with the intention of doing your best, you would be fully responsible for the increase in the quality of your life, and you would be happy about the increase in the quality of your life because you know I did the best I could right there in that space. I'm giving myself a high five. I forgive myself for all the things that I missed or the mistakes that I made, which if you've been following me for a while, you know that I see mistakes and problems as really just opportunities for growth or opportunities to learn. So I'm going to let that go because I did my best. And I could probably do better tomorrow. So tomorrow, I'm going to make sure tonight I get a good night's rest. I eat a healthy breakfast. And then I'm taking care of my basic needs so that tomorrow my best is different than my best was today. But it was still my best, right? Imagine if we moved into the spaces of our lives and said to ourselves before we got there, before I walk into the supermarket, before I walk into this meeting, before I walk into my child's bedroom, before I walk into my house after a long day of work, before I walk into wherever, I'm going to do my best in this space. Oh, that gets me so excited because what we're talking about here is full ownership. Full ownership of the energy that you bring into the spaces. If you've heard me talk before, you've heard me talk about bring the juice, right? And I'm not going to go into that story, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. What is the energy that you are choosing to bring into those spaces? What is your intention when you move into the spaces of your lives? Because we get to decide. And too many people whine and complain about what someone else did or didn't do that affected their life or their day, and how if that person would only change, then I would be happy. Then my life would be better. Well, you're going to be waiting around forever, honey, because you cannot allow how you move through your life, your level of happiness, your level of joy, your level of peace, your level of success to be predicated on what they are not doing. You get to fully show up. You get to show up into those spaces and just do your best. What is your best for today? Bring that into all of your spaces. Bring that whether you're going to an appointment or you're going to a meeting. Bring that whether you're meeting with the president or you're meeting with your children. Bring the best you wherever you go. Just do your best. That's it. That's all I have for you. That's all I have. If you get nothing else, I swear, I read that sign and my head started hurting in a good way. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is so good for so many reasons, because it speaks to intentionality. It speaks to responsibility. It speaks to ownership of our lives. It speaks to the quality of the spaces that we move into and the energy that we bring. It speaks to our relationships. It speaks to, again, taking ownership of how my relationships are laying out and how they're dictated and what's happening and how I'm responding and feeling about those things. Oh, it speaks to just do your best. So that's it. We're going to keep this short and sweet. And I feel like this is a nice way to head towards the end of the month. We have one more video next week, but this is a nice way to head towards the end of the month. Whatever you do, wherever you go, just do your best and allow yourself and the best of today to be what it is. It might be different than yesterday, it might be different than a week ago or tomorrow. But if you're bringing your best today, that's an increase in quality of life. That's an increase in your happiness. That's an increase in responsibility. That's an increase in intentionality. Just do your best. That's it. That's what I got. Okay, so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you know someone who can benefit from it, please share it, because sharing is caring. And if you haven't already, what you waiting for? Subscribe to my channel. I think it's going to come here, maybe, or maybe here. I forget where I put it. But subscribe to my channel. And if you haven't already, get yourself over to my website, mariamilagros.net. Click on the purple toolbar on top and sign up so you can get this in your inbox, as well as information about events or talks or conferences or coaching discounts or anything like that I have going on. So I love you so much. Everything you need is already inside of you. Know that. Please and thank you. And move through the next week showing up to your spaces and just say to yourself, right now, I'm going to just do my best. I'm going to just do my best. Because the more you practice it, the more you become it. And imagine living a life where you're always doing your best. Quality. That's super sparkly everything, y'all. Love you. Peace.